Okay, I'm going to paint, and I want you guys to listen to this. I found something. You know how I'm always picking on the central bank, U.S. Treasury and the Rothschilds. I know I'm so bad. But look, I have like intuition because I have never been taught anything of truth. I had no history in school. That was not history. That was bullshit tree. Yeah, that's what they should have called it. Anyways, there are people out there. This is an independent anthropologist. I always put his stuff up. Robert Spear. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's like us all trying to find the truth and dig and you know. But it's good because there's people like him and the other guy who did the rant, and people are starting to wake up. And it's my job as a social worker to volunteer a certain amount, but my main job is to protect you against any foreign or domestic entity that is trying to commit genocide upon a people. And I found this. I want you to listen to this right here.
The love story, or some other distraction. One example of this is the movie Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who put in a great job as an actor, but the film did not do the historic event justice, as it concealed the fact that many influential opponents to the Federal Reserve central banking system lost their lives with the sinking of that ship. I already covered this topic in a video, which I'll include a link to in the description, but it's worth mentioning again, as it was this notorious incident in 1912 which made the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 possible.
I'm just painting.
One of the most influential and popular documents exposing the formation of the Federal Reserve is a book written in 1994 by G. Edward Griffith called The Creature from Jekyll Island, which recounts a secret meeting that took place in 1910 on Jekyll Island, a stretch of white sand beaches and beautiful landscape off the coast of Georgia. It was an exclusive gathering of American financiers, politicians, and banking elite who covertly plotted the draft legislation for the creation of the all-powerful central banking system that not only financed both world wars, but has become an accomplice in the support of totalitarian regimes throughout the world. An excerpt from the book claims that, quote, there are few historians who would challenge the fact that the funding of World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War was accomplished by the Mandrake mechanism through the Federal Reserve System. An overview of all wars since the establishment of the Bank of England in 1694 suggests that most of them would have been greatly reduced in severity, or perhaps not even fought at all without fiat money. It is the ability of governments to acquire money without direct taxation that makes modern warfare possible, and a central bank has become the preferred method of accomplishing that. We theorize a strategy dubbed the Rothschild formula, in which the world's money cabal deliberately encourages war as a means of stimulating the profitable production of armaments and keeping nations perpetually in debt. This is not profit-seeking, it is genocide. It is not a trivial matter, therefore, to inquire into the possibility that our elected and non-elected leaders are, in fact, implementing the Rothschild formula today. While there's been some movements to combat this globalist totalitarian network, which has not only financed communist revolutions around the world, such as in Russia, China, and more recently in South Africa, which were all triggered by engineered social uprisings aimed to remove existing power structures using class warfare and amplifying socioeconomic and racial tensions enforced by a banker-controlled media. We can see the same pattern played out in America today, where manufactured civil unrest is used to erase history and promote cultural Marxism. In a nation which already promotes falsehoods in schools, starting from its name, which was not really based on the explorer Amerigo Vespucci, whose authentic name was actually Alberigo Vespucci, who only changed his name to Amerigo after his voyages to the Americas. In other words, Amerigo came from America and not the other way around. Not only was there an existing tribe in Nicaragua called Americ, whose root word was the ancient name for the land used by the natives of Peru, also known to the Maya civilization, and attributed to the great feathered serpent creator deity, which they called Kukulkan, a deity which also had an equivalent by the Aztec civilization. According to Manly P. Hall, in his book The Secret Teachings of All Ages, quote, "These children of the sun adored the plumed serpent, who was the messenger of the sun. He was the god Quetzalcoatl in Mexico, Gucamet in Quiche, and in Peru he was called Amaru. From the latter name comes our word America. Amaruca is, literally translated, land of the plumed serpent. The priests of this flying dragon, from their chief center, they once ruled both Americas. One of their strong centers was Guatemala, and of their order was the author of the book called Popol Vuh."
Now, I want you guys to go and watch this if you want, and it gets good because the elite of Jekyll Island, what it talks about, is where these giants were, and they sacrificed people. They had some advanced weapons too, and they were giants. They ate people, and they sacrificed people, and so the Rothschild, he built his house on it, on the bloodstone of the altar. Now, I couldn't make this up. Go watch the video. Ancient Giants, Rituals, and Elite of Jekyll Island by Robert Saphir. And you know what? Look at it. Just look at it, how much you've been lied to. And watch and see. You know, remember Fee, Fi, Fo, Fum? Remember the Giants? No, don't step on the board. No. He likes to reprogram my computer. No, Nubits. Hey, Anubis, back up. And now we're finding out, like my son said, now they're finding out now that the Egyptians weren't even the first ones in the pyramids, and he said it was somebody else, and they just discovered those, and they don't even know what they were doing. They, of course, they didn't have. They had the books, but they didn't follow them or whatever. They made up their stuff as they went along, I guess, and they had animal deities or whatever, but watch, there'll be another one come out. But what we know enough is enough, isn't it? I wouldn't lie to you, and I'm telling you, it's my job as a social worker to inform the public that they are being killed off systematically because they have a plan, and it's not because we're overpopulated. That's a lie. It's just that they want you to die so they can take all your stuff again. See, you have to do blood over intent. Write on a piece of paper, "I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all." Put a drop of your blood on it. Publish it to YouTube. Tag and title it "Blood Over Intent." Join us in blood, or expire of your own stupidity. This hell matrix can go on forever, or it can end. It's up to you.